Hello friends, welcome to One Little Coder. In this video, we are going to see how can we analyze our own smartphone usage. This video is applicable only for Android users, and this video we are going to see how to analyze our Android usage using our programming language. So there are two caveats. So you have to be an Android user and then you have to code in R. So even if you are a different programming language user, so you can still follow these steps and then start coding. So the first step is you have to take your data out of Google, which Google provides using a service called Google Takeout. So go to Google Takeout. Once you go to Google Takeout, go to My Activity, search for My Activity. Go to My Activity. First deselect everything. Deselect everything. Go to My Activity. Cool. So select My Activity and then select what kind of data you want. So based on the account that you have got, you would have a lot of data. If you want only Android, you would see Android here. If you have connected this Gmail account to your smartphone, so you will get that. Once you are done with that, click multiple formats, then click here. Instead of HTML, click JSON. Once you are done with that, click OK. So as of now, you have selected that you want your activity and what are all applications you want, and you have defined the format that you want. Once everything is done, go to the next step, and Google is going to ask you, do you want it to be one time activity, or you want it to be the frequency. So we'll do it export once, and then you can see that if you want a zip file you can do it, or if you want a TGZ you can use it. So create export. Once you do that, Google is going to say that we have created Google is creating a copy of the files, and you would get once it is done. So for me it is done. So if, depending upon the data that you have got, it would take quite some time, sometimes even hours. So please keep that in mind. So once that is done, please download it and save it on your local machine. Once you save it on your local machine, you would get a zip file. Once you unzip that zip file, you would get a JSON file that says myactivity.json. So what I've done is, after that I have created an R project inside that folder Android, and I've picked myactivity.json. So you can see that I have a file myactivity.json which I downloaded from the previous steps that we mentioned, and this file is what we are going to use for this given analysis. So let's go ahead and create a new R script, or should we start with R Markdown? So let's do an R Markdown. Let's say this is Android smartphone analysis. Okay, output format is HTML. Cool, nice. Save Android smartphone format analysis. Quite a big name. We don't need any of this. Let's remove all these. Okay, nice. The first step is we need to load the libraries, the required libraries. What we'll start with is okay, for those who are not familiar with R Markdown, you don't have to worry. You can still do the same thing, whatever I'm doing, on a separate R script file. So there is nothing else you have to be worried about. But if you use R Markdown, then probably you can publish on your blog post or something like that. So that is the only reason I'm doing it in Markdown. So you don't have to be worried about it. So the first library that we want is JSON Lite, because we have to read a JSON file. And the second library, for time being, we'll use tidyverse because we have to do a lot of data manipulation. Once you run this thing, because you are inside a chunk, you can press Ctrl Enter to run it. Okay, so you have got a bunch of warning and messages. That's completely fine. Next step is we have to read the file, the JSON file that we have. So I'll call it Android because this is my Android activity. And JSON Lite package has, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you do not have JSON Lite, you have to install it. It is available on CRAN. Just simply use installer packages JSON Lite, you will get that package. So we don't have to be worried about it. And tidyverse, of course, I assume that you have tidyverse, but if you do not have tidyverse, still you just have to simply install tidyverse, just like how we install JSON Lite. So JSON Lite has a function called from JSON, which will directly read a JSON into a data frame. So it does an amazing job. You don't have to deal with any of those things. And the file name is myactivity.json. Sorry. Okay. Oh, cool. So we have read the data successfully. You can see that we have almost 37,000 data points. So we'll do a glimpse of Android. So you can see that we have 5 columns: header, which is the app name; title, what we did it with that; the title URL, that the type of the app; and products, or what kind of product it is, the time when we used it. Okay, so I think it is good. Also we have a time variable. So let's first try to format a bit. Let's do a data pre-processing, and we'll say, okay, I have Android. Okay, Android $time, which is read as character. You can see it as read as character. We need it as time, in case Android $time is equal to, we can say, parse date time format. In that we can say time, and the time zone that we want is, let's say, time zone. Okay, I'll not give time zone, I'll just give a. Okay, so what is the issue? Oh, sorry, I've not given Android time. Okay, it's processed. Now let's look at the data frame. What is it? It is yeah, it is parsed, right? So if I am going to do the glimpse again, it's going to show me a date time. That's nice. So in this case, I've not changed the time zone that I'm going to use, but if you want to do that, you can still do that based on the time zone that you belong to. But in this case, I have not done that. So I can simply say which time zone I wanted to have. So but I've not done that. So that is a thing that I can do. So, or to show you, I can probably say local Asia Calcutta is my time zone. Calcutta. Oops. Okay, it's not a character anymore, so I have to just read it once again. So my bad. Okay, parse date time. Okay, so now that we have done with the right time zone, so I can also look at the time. So that is all good. So now let us have a little bit of EDA and to see how many unique apps I've used. Or let's first look at what is the minimum date and maximum date. Okay, minimum of Android time. Okay, I'll just probably do summary. That's much easier for me. Summary, and then I can see that my minimum date is 2017, and my maximum date is couple of days back. Just slightly weird. Okay, maximum date is that. So we'll just start with minimum date. Okay, so we'll just say that we want data for 2018, 19 and 20. So we'll just do that data filtering, Android filter. Okay, date, time, sorry, time. Okay, first I think what we should first do is we should keep 2 columns. Date is equal to date of lubridate package. We are using lubridate package in this case, of time, and we also are going to use year. Lubridate. Okay, I should have loaded lubridate, but just, yeah, for simplicity, time. So when we do that thing, you can actually see that we are going to have date and year separately. So nice. We will assign it back to Android. Okay, that's nice. So we have got 2 columns. So what we are going to do now is Android 18, 19, 20. Oh, that's a big name. I'll just call it latest. Android latest is Android filter. I want year in 2018, 2019 and 2020. Nice. So now you can see that our number of rows has reduced. So not a big difference, it's just 200 rows. Okay, cool. So now we can see number of unique apps. Okay, now we can see what are all the unique apps that I've used. So Android latest count of header, right? I think header is the name. We have got bunch of apps alphabetically counted, so we'll do sort is equal to true. Okay, so about Google Chrome, the most I've used Gmail, Google, OnePlus Launcher, LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn I've used most. Firefox, Signal, Private Messenger, YouTube, Google Analytics. Nice. So what we can do as one more step is let's go ahead and make a plot of it. Let's call this plot as most apps. Okay, we'll say ggplot geom bar AES. Okay, I'm going to make a horizontal plot. So the latest ggplot has the new feature. I'll just show you. So my x supposed to be header, my y is n, and yeah, I'm going to use geom call. So this is how it looks, but okay, so yeah, it has a lot of apps. So first what we need to do is we need to head 20 or 30. Let me take only 30 apps, and this is how it looks. Oops, sorry, this is how it looks. So what I'll do is I will change my y and x to flip the coordinates. Nice. So I've got a bunch of columns. This again it looks too much, but what we'll do is we'll take 20, but still it is not sorted. So what I'll do is I'll use mutate header is equal to fact reorder header comma n, and let's see. Okay, now it's sorted. Google Chrome, Gmail, Google, OnePlus Launcher, LinkedIn, Firefox, Signal, Salatuk, Prayer Time, YouTube, Google Analytics, Android, MMS, I don't know what MMS, Cisco WebEx, Twitter, oh nice, Stitcher podcast, and Maps. Okay, that's a lot of apps. So let's slightly beautify this. I'll say okay, I'm a fan of theme minimal. Or what we can do is we can use gg themes and say okay, theme underscore clean. What is it? um, okay, theme underscore clean is not, oh sorry, I shouldn't have used the pipe operator here. That's one thing. Theme underscore clean is slightly okay. I don't like that much though. Theme underscore dark unica theme underscore hc. Okay, this is high charts theme. I'll call it dark unica theme underscore hc. We can say style is equal to dark unica. Okay, so let's have a dark plot. Oh, that looks disgusting. Okay, I'm going to go to just theme minimal and say labs. What is my labs? What do we have? Labs of title, most used apps, subtitle, Android smartphone usage, and caption is data Google takeout. Oh nice, cool. So now our plot looks slightly decent. That's good. What is the next thing we can do? The next thing we can do is we can try to compare for 3 years, right? So we have data for 3 years. So I'm going to copy this entire thing. We'll call it apps comparison. Okay, what we can do is most apps. Oops, I have that chunk. This is a problem when I copy paste. Okay, what we want to do is we want to say I'm removing this. I want to count header or I'll simply what I'll do is I'll do group by with respect to year, and then header, and then I'm going to say summarize n is equal to n. Cool. So I'm going to have for every year what is my header, and okay, let's first see what comes, and let's view. Okay, so 2018, I have to arrange it descending order, arrange this descending of n, and I have to do view. Okay, so 2019 I've done this. If I want to filter it, 2018, how do I, okay, I'm very bad with that. 2020, it is desktop. Okay, I'll do head is equal to 20 for every month, sorry, every year. So I think at this point what I would have is I would have a data frame that gives top 10, top 20 for 3 years. Okay, so what we can do is, along with that, we can say facet, I'll do wrap year. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, what is it saying? Plot is missing year. Why don't we have year? I thought we have year. Plot is missing year. Okay, let me just see. We have year. So how come plot is missing year? Layer 1 is missing year. Okay, I'll say fill is equal to year. Okay, something isn't right, so instead of that what we can do is to avoid this for the current time being. What I'll do is I'll do the same thing, but I'll do it for 3 different years. Okay, or okay, plot, where is the error? Plot 1 jump bar. Okay, let me just see. Oh, I got it. Header not found. I think I'm doing stupid mistakes. Header not found. Oops, it's because I had view here. That's very bad of me. Okay, facet wrap here. Okay, how does it look? Let's look at a bigger screen. Oh, I have only 2018, 2019. I don't want legend. Do I need legend? I don't need legend. I don't need theme. Show legend is equal to false. Okay, that is not doing anything good. Okay, I'm just going to remove the fill. I don't need legend. Okay, but I'm just wondering why are we having only 2018 and 19 latest count of year. Okay, we have 2018 very less data, that is the problem. So we have only 146 data. So it's predominantly 2019 and 2020. So that is why we have only very less data for 2018. So I think it doesn't make much of the sense to keep 2018 then. So in the latest I'm going to filter it and then say okay, I'm going to use like this, and I'm going to take only 2018 and 19. So let's see what apps. Okay, I think we have to free the scales so that we have 2 different scales. So in this case we have the same scale, and it is really annoying. So I don't need this at this point. Say scales is equal to free. Okay, we have to, the plot size is a problem. That is the thing. so it's better if we make two plots rather than trying to make one plot. So in the first one I'll filter it year 2018, and in the second one, okay, let's see, I'm not going to do any facet. Let's see how it looks. Okay, we don't even have 2018, so that's 2019. What do we have? Why don't I just simply, okay, so Chrome is 2018 top, select the top 20. So for 2019, what do we have? 2019, 2020. Yeah, we have two most used apps. We'll change the title 2020 and 2019. And what we can do now is we can probably go back and then add a new library. You can use any library for this, but in this case I'm going to use, do I have patchwork? No, I don't have patchwork. So do I have cowplot? Okay, I don't have both cowplot and patchwork. This is very bad. So I'm going to install patchwork, which is a library that will help you combine your ggplot. So once this is done, I'm going to load patchwork. Nice, patchwork. Okay, and I'm going to assign this to P 2020. What a weird name, right? So but yeah, P 2020, and this one is my P 2019, and I'm going to put 2019 here. Okay, and the final plot, what I'm going to do is, okay, P 2020 plus P 2019 plus P 2020. Oh, we got a plot that doesn't look very awesome because of the names. I'm going to say, okay, I want it horizontally. This is better. This is a lot better. So what do we have? We have a lot of plots. I think I have to do something to make this plot, so I'm going to just take top 5. Okay, I'm going to just take top 5. Okay, so the other thing that I can do is I can reduce the size, but let's see how it changes. So I have Chrome, Gmail, Google. Oh yeah, so 2020 seems I've started using LinkedIn a lot, which is really not a great thing. So that is something that I have to probably reduce. And let's try to make 10 and see what changes it has have. 10. Okay, so the other thing is we can still use libraries like HighChart that might have a better outcome because of the interactivity. Okay, still it's quite difficult in how it looks. Okay, so it's the same data that we have. Okay, fine. I think this explains what I've done, and you can again do a lot of different analysis, like you can do weekday versus weekend, or you can probably try to understand time. Okay, so we have a variable time, right? Android time we have. So what we can do is we can make ggplot. Okay, let me just do a date first. Let me do count of date and sort equal to, okay, count of date. So you get, okay, what's happening? So it's not doing. Let me just try here, Android count of date. Okay, so we have got this thing. So I'm going to use this and then say, okay, ggplot plus geom geom line AES of date. Man. Okay, something is wrong with my markdown. Never mind. I'm going to make this plot here to see. Oh, look at this. So I don't have enough data for this time period because I was actually using a different smartphone. So but if you see this thing, you can actually see how the trend has increased. So if you filter the data, or if you just say I want Android latest and then do the same thing. Okay, 1 second, this plot is not working. You can see how this plot is, so like the times when the data has gone down but the times when it has gone up. So how my smartphone usage, probably like this is the time I've tried some detoxification, but this is the time I didn't do all those things. So I think usage timeline, yeah. So now probably it's a good time to knit. Let's see what happens when we knit and how does it look. Okay, it's loading. So it's the app. Okay, you have to suppress the warnings, that's all fine. Okay, so most used Android app 2019. Oh, I've changed the name there, 2019 and 2020. I think YouTube Studio, because I've started a YouTube channel, and also Google Analytics is at the top because once again I keep on checking the status of the website. Very ironically, Twitter is on top, which is not a very good thing for me. Looks like LinkedIn is still. So there are 2 social media channels, so which means I have to reduce my usage to a good level. And you can also see how the usage timeline is. I think this gives you a good head start to take your Android smartphone usage data that comes as this my activity.json. I'm definitely not going to share my activity, but I'll definitely share the code, the RMD that we have used for you to play around with it. So if you actually need the code, probably you can comment it. I'll put it on my GitHub, and then if someone is interested, I'll share the link with you. But other than that, I think it's quite intuitive for you to follow this tutorial and then take your own Android usage data and then analyze to see what kind of apps you are using, when are you using, when is your usage more, when is your usage less. Can you try some detoxification mechanism to stay away from smartphones so that you spend more time with your loved ones. I hope this tutorial was helpful. So to just quickly summarize what we did, we went to Google Takeout, we extracted our my activity data, my my activity my activity data, and we just extracted Android data. We took that Android data and created a R project, and within that R project we used JSON Lite to read that JSON into a data frame, and we did a little bit of data pre-processing, and then we started comparing what kind of apps that I have used most. Then we try to do a comparison between excuse me 2019 and 2020, and we also saw usage timeline to see when did I use most, when did I use less. So I hope this tutorial was really helpful for you to do a self introspection if you are that kind of person who wants to do this thing. If you are going to share this plot that you have made out of your Android smartphone usage, please let me know. I would love to see what has come out of your own analysis and what kind of apps you are using. Probably you can suggest me some app, and if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section, and also if you have any feedback, please let me know. Take care, stay safe, see you in the next video.